Hey, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Rod.
And today we are looking at the behemoth,
Titanic, the
monster,
exactly,
gigantor that is Mechs Vs Minions. And we're just going to jump right into this so you can see what comes in this box.
All right, let's do it.
Big box. So this is some of the stuff that you get in the box, and it's crazy. So Rod, let's talk components.
Sure. So first of all, to me, this is the most amazing game when it comes to components that I've ever played. I mean, first of all, the four main miniatures that you have, and they're pre-painted.
Pre-painted.
I mean, that is fantastic. And it's not that they're just pre-painted, they're well done. I mean, they're painted where you can see the eyes and the pupils and so on. I mean, it's just fantastic on what they've done. When it comes to, you have millions of these little minions, which are the guys you're going to be trying to tear apart as you're going through the, more or less the dungeon. They're just really nicely detailed, neat looking pieces. The cartons that you put it in.
Yeah, they come with these plastic covers.
I mean, they've got these plastic covers. They thought of everything when they were going through this game. I mean, there's nothing that there's very few things that I can ever criticize. I'd have to look and look and look to find something. And it's just hard to find. I mean, from these molded pieces, and what they did is they made sure that all these pieces fit in almost any spot. So it's not like you have to be specific.
Yeah, just throw them back in there and they fit.
They've got things from the missions. I mean, look how neat that is with the top secret and so on there, to the instruction manual and stuff that has things written into it that look like, you know, a to-do list that you're doing. It kind of puts you really thematic into the game. Just fantastic. These coins right here are metal that they have here. I mean, they're just really neat coins. They got the little gears for the markers, and so they're hollow, so you can actually see the numbers instead of covering them up. The cardboard on the maps, nice and thick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, and they give you a nice amount of maps on there, and they're nice and thick. The
glossy ink,
right? I mean, our trackers, our cards. What were these called again? The
like your player board, tableau, or something.
Yeah, tableau. So that alone, nice and thick, nice and large.
The size of that. I mean, that's crazy.
It's fantastic. I mean, look at right here. We have this is just a timer. They could have gone cheap and put a 30-cent timer from the dollar store or something like that. Instead, it looks like it has that look to it, thematic look that gives it that steampunk type look. Even sans gold.
I got an extra boss in here that you open up later on. Just in this cool little package. It's just so cool.
I mean, everything about it, from the cards, the artwork, it's all so well done. Mm-hmm. I mean, to criticize this game about anything when it comes to the pieces, it just can't be done. The map boards with the artwork on there is really nice. All the artwork is nice. I mean, there's just the box, the way they pack it. This game goes back in, so we take it all out, we play it. It all goes back into the box and makes it. And so there's so many games that we've bought that the boxes, one ends up because you have too many. The pieces just don't go in the same way that they came out, and it takes an engineer to figure out how to get those same pieces put back in there. But it's fantastic.
Yeah, totally. And it's the price that I paid was $75 plus $5 for shipping.
Sure.
On the box on the outside, it said it weighed 16 pounds. And they shipped that to my house for $5. I don't know how they're making anything off of this.
No. I mean, that's fantastic. You ordered it directly.
Yeah, right off their website. And then I think the next wave is going to be shipping in December of 2016. So anyway.
Hey, perfect Christmas present. I mean, seriously, this is just some fantastic stuff. The dice, I mean, again, the instruction manual. It's hard. It's very difficult to find any fault in what they did here.
I don't know how you could, and there's a lot of games that when you say $80, I don't know where that, you get it out of theme and you get it out of replayability, but this, you get every ounce of your $80 back just in the components, I think, is totally worth it.
Oh, definitely. Fantastic.
Okay, so let's talk about rules to the game. How hard or easy is it to learn this game? This would be a game that I would say you get it, open it up, get the manual, and just start playing. Like, it's that easy. You're going to dive into this game. They do a tutorial mission to start you out, and then that leads you through. And they don't even tell you all of the rules yet, right? So they just say, just start playing. And then they have, I forget what it's called, like escalation or something, where there's a moment in the game where it says, hey, there's a new rule, or there's a new plot, or something else that you're supposed to do. And so the game does a really good job of just teaching you how to play. It gets you right into it. This is a simple game. This is not a complicated game. And I think they really hit the perfect balance, I think, for a game that has some depth, but is still very simple, you know?
Right.
And so we played this, and even though all three of us like different levels of game, you know,
Sure.
I think all three of us were right into the middle of it. So.
The thing about like what you're saying is it gradually brings you up throughout the game, and it does it in a good way. I've played games. It's like, okay, let's just skip this part. Let's skip this part. Skip this part. But no, it does it the right way, and it really made the game fun, and it was logical when they were doing those changes to us.
Yeah, totally.
It was really good.
All right, so let's dive in, and we're going to give you a taste of how the game plays so you can see if this is something that would fit you and your gaming group. Okay, so like we said in the tutorial, they're going to teach you a lot of how to play the game. So this is definitely not going to be an overview of all the rules and all of the things, but we want to kind of give you an idea so that you know just how simple the game plays and how it scales well. So at the beginning of the game, they're going to give you a starter session and a starter mission, and then you're going to place your guys out on the board just like it tells you. This is a programming game. So if you've ever played games like Robo Rally, maybe like Colt Express, something like that, where you plan movements out and then it happens, right? So at the beginning of the turn, whoever's turn it is, they're going to deal out these program cards. And these program cards are all the same. Well, not all the same, but there's a certain amount, like 9 of them or something like that. But then they level, right? So if you have 2 of this card in one slot on your board, then it goes to a different power, or 3. It increases the power of these cards. But basically on your turn, you would take turns going around the board and you would draw a card, and then the next person draws a card, and then on your turn you would place it onto the board in a slot. And so you can skip spaces, which you'll want to be able to put different cards in between, but you would just simply, as the game goes on, you would just simply layer your cards, and then you would follow those cards out. So once it's time for you to take your turn, you would just do every one of these movements. And so a movement could be just something as simple as you have to turn 90 degrees, or it could be you move forward a space and then you fire in front of you, or you kill anything that's around you. And so you're going to be taking your turn, following the actions of this, killing things that are around you, and then that's it. The next person takes their turn, they do the same thing. They might be turn around, or they might have an option to turn left or right, or move forward 2 spaces and then shoot things. And so each one of these cards that you get adds the flavor to the game and the ability for you to do different things. There's also
damage cards.
There's damage cards. So if you ever take damage, this is kind of a fun aspect to the game where you're just going to randomly draw a damage card and it's going to tell you something. So this says major glitch. Reorder your command lines, and then it tells you you've got to put this here and that there, put that there, and put this here. And so now this great program that you planned out is totally messed up, right? Or there might be cards that go into a slot. So this is actually one that goes into one of your slots. You roll the die and turn to face that direction. And then you're going to put this on a slot on your board. And so it actually goes there. And now this spot on your board is messed up.
Right.
And so every time you get to this spot, now I'm going to have to do what that said. I have to roll the die and see which way I go. And so this is a permanent glitch or not semi-permanent.
Yeah.
Glitch that you can get away from if you scrap a card instead of drawing it and putting it on your board. So that's really the way that the game plays, right? So you've got these minions that will spawn up in different spawn points. And so the minions will come up and you can kill them a number of ways. If it's a card tells you that you can kill them, or if you just run over them. So if you just stomp them, then they go away. And every time you kill a minion, they're going to go up into this minion kills spot, right? And for every 5 that you kill, you're going to move up this little medallion, right? And he goes up. and he keeps going all the way up. And if he ever reaches overdrive, then you get a special ability on your board. And so they actually tell you that. I hope that's not a spoiler. But anyway, so that's the minions, and the minions are fun to kill because at the beginning of the game you're thinking, well, how in the world are we ever going to get to overdrive? But then you just start killing them, you know, and they go away and then they spawn right back. And so these minions are just going to keep coming and coming. And so they give you 100 in the box. So I'm assuming, because we haven't got it there, but we might actually need 100 minions at some point.
Well, we needed a lot when we were playing. I mean, there was just tons always coming out, and you had to take them out and stuff. They could build up very quickly.
So, but that's the basic premise of the game. You're just going to be drawing cards, putting them into your tableau, and then acting out those things. And so as a team, it's a co-op game. So as a team, you're going to be collectively trying to do something on that mission. And like Rod said earlier, there's these special missions that are really, really cool because there's stuff in here. I don't want to tell you anything about that, but there's stuff in here that's very specific to a mission and different things that you're going to pull out of that that are going to change maybe what your mechs can do. And
so it gives you a difference. So you have, what, 10 of them?
I think so, yeah.
So we got 10 scenarios, and just like one of them that I think we can go and talk about is like on one of the missions that we did, you had to pull this mine around and had to move it. You know, you're trying to move it down the field, basically, while these guys are all spawning on you. Your other guys, because we're playing co-op, so, you know, you're out there trying to knock guys off and stuff, and it's very entertaining. And I like the aspect of this game that there's, like, you know, when it came to Robo Rally, there was just basically one function, right? So
right.
But this one gives you multiple things, from taking guys out to you know, dragging someone, being in control, and, you know, having to escort something, basically.
Right.
You know, it's just some neat little scenarios that they've set up for us. I'm looking forward to the newer ones too.
So at the end of our reviews, we like to do a simple 1-die rating. Should you buy it, play it, or hate it? Green means go buy this game and add it to your collection. White means maybe you wouldn't buy it, but you definitely play it. And then red means don't buy it and don't play it because you hate it. And reveal!
Of course.
It's a 2 green. So anything you want to add on why you say somebody should go buy this game?
Well, I quite honestly, right now, it's probably my favorite game right this second. Now, how will it hold up 3 months, 4 months from now, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just the game. I mean, when it has all this in front of me to open up and get into the scenarios, this is what makes a game awesome. Yeah. This takes it to the next level. And this company did such a good job, and they're not even a board game company.
No, they're a video game company. So.
Which is just amazing to me. This, I think, steps it up for a lot of companies. I'm not sure, you know, if they can go to this level or not, because my understanding is with this company, they just wanted to put a great game out there. They didn't care about, they didn't want to lose money, obviously, but they weren't there to make a ton of money on it. They just wanted to put something out there for the what is
their
the name?
fans, League of Legends.
League of Legends, okay. So they wanted to put out there for their fans, and now they've got new fans. Yeah. Just because of the game like this.
Well, see, I'm not a video game player at all, right. So for me, I'd never even heard of League of Legends. Right. You know, gasp, you know, awe for people that love it, but yeah, I never even heard of it. So I just heard that here's this great game. So when I found out that this is their first board game, I was like, you people better step it up.
Yeah.
Now this totally ruins me when I look at Kickstarters, when I look at new games that are coming out, you know, and they want $100 for that price tag. I'm saying, well, where is it now? You know?
Exactly. I mean, like we said, there's just not a spot on this that we feel at this point that they went cheap on us. Yeah. And so many games that you buy, even when it comes from Fantasy Flight sometimes, there's something there that kind of says, well, they could have probably done better on this. Yeah. This one, they thought everything out. They just did such a good job.
Yeah, totally. I think one of the reasons that I was so glad that I got this game was because I think the replay value, even with my kids later on down the road, is huge. So this is a game that I'm quite honestly worried. They say they'll keep printing this game until the demand's gone, but I'm honestly worried. I keep thinking this would be one of those games that 20 years from now they're going to say, well, we can't reprint that. There's no way. Right. This would cost $300 to reprint that, you know. And so I just keep saying, man, I'm glad that I got in on it now. And they will keep printing it. They said they'll keep going, but to me, this is a game that I'll keep for a long, long time and play with my kids as they get older.
Well, if I were to put a value to this game, I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan about these $100 games, right? Because they just scare me because we're getting such a high price. But I mean, I'm seeing 3 games here in a sense that, you know, I can see where it would cost $150 just by what you've got here, right? And I can see where this is a game that high replay value. Everything looks great on there, and I think that anyone touching the game, even casual fans, will enjoy it.
Yeah, great gateway game. I think you
Oh,
could bring
yeah.
somebody in
Yeah.
that maybe is a League of Legends guy and say, "Hey, well, let's play this board game," and they would totally cross over easily because of the low entry level that raises the stakes as you go. So this would be a great one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Okay, so all right, so that's our review of Mechs vs Minions. You can check out more of our reviews online at BoardGameCloset.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always,
Support your local hobby shop.
woo.
All right.